Welch Grape Juice Company presents lovely Irene Rich in Dear John.
Marge, I'm glad it's you who's on a reducing diet. I'd sure hate to do without all those tempting foods.
Oh, it isn't so hard. Remember, I'm following the easy Welch way.
Yes, the Welch way certainly does make reducing easier. No strict diet lists, no strenuous exercises, no drugs. And yet, the Welch way really works. Actually, intelligent, cooperative people who faithfully followed Dr. Frederick Damrow's instructions lost an average of 7 pounds a month. 7 pounds. Amazing results, sworn to before a notary public. And listen how easy it is to lose weight this proved way. Just mix 3/4 glass of Welch's grape juice with 1/4 glass water and drink before meals and at bedtime. This remarkable action follows. First, you have less desire to eat sweet, fattening foods, thus cutting down caloric intake. Second, the natural dextrose in Welch's grape juice is quickly consumed, and by this process actually helps nature consume excess fat. No drugs, no strenuous exercises, and you needn't suffer a hungry moment. So, right now, when lightweight summer clothes make your extra weight more noticeable, why not start the easy, thrilling Welch way of reducing? Start tomorrow. And now, Book 4, Letter 48, to Dear John.
Dear John, here we are in England, safe and sound. The trip was really quite uneventful. Our last night out, I went to my cabin early to pack. That finished, I tried to read, but a restlessness seemed to grip me. I tried to pretend to myself that I didn't know what it was. But I did, John. I knew. I was afraid Niles Novak would knock at my door and we'd have another scene. So I went out on deck. Everything was white and cloudy around me. The throbbing of the ship's engines was throttled down now to a slower pace than usual. The ship's rail was barely discernible. As I felt my way along to a spot far from the gangway, my thoughts were of Michael, Carol, and Noah. How long before I'd be back again at Stony Crest? The fog was so thick. I don't know how long I'd been standing there when...
Faith, is that you?
Yes, is that you, David?
Yes. I thought you'd gone to bed long ago.
Oh, couldn't sleep.
Neither could I. Trying to peer through that fog?
No. I guess my thoughts were, though.
I know. Trying to pierce the fog and get through to your loved ones in America. I've been trying to do the same thing, only my heart's turned towards England. My loved ones being there.
David, how do you account for the abject cruelty and ambition of some?
There's no more accounting for that than there is for the story in the Bible about the angel Lucifer and his black angels who became jealous of God. They were kicked out of heaven, weren't they? But all the angels weren't bad. They were mighty fine angels who believed in God and stuck with him. And so, I believe in every country of this world there are some fine people. People like you and me who believe in God's omnipotence. People who are sticking to God and believe that the day of harvest is coming, when the wheat will be separated from the chaff. And once more there'll be peace on earth to all men of goodwill.
I like your philosophy, David. It's sound.
You know, I think you just get me started just to hear me ramble on and on. That sounds a very guilty lie.
This fog seems to be getting thicker and thicker.
Blessed fog.
You Britishers love fog, don't you?
You'll learn to love it too, young woman, when once you get to London. Yes, it's good for the complexion.
So I've heard.
Faith. When you get to London, how are you going to start looking for your sister?
I don't know yet.
I heard Novak tell you at dinner tonight that he'd go to his brother-in-law and get things in motion for the search.
I know he did.
But you'd rather not have him do this, am I right?
You're right. I'd rather get my bearings first.
And you'd rather not put yourself under any more obligations to Niles Novak. Well, that's it, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. That's it. Oh, David, I know it sounds silly, but I don't... Well, somehow I wish it had been you who'd given up your cabin to bunk with Captain Daly, and you who'd found me on deck that night of the storm instead of Niles. Or else I wish he had a wife and 6 children in London that he was going home to.
Oh, I tell you, Faith, I don't think it would make any difference to Novak if he had 2 wives and 12 children. What are you laughing at?
He said almost those very same words himself.
You see, I'm right, then. Why, I haven't seen a man so head over heels about a woman since I was courting Amy.
Were you the kind of man who wouldn't take no for an answer to?
Must have been. She married me.
Well, I'm not going to marry Niles Novak.
Has he asked you?
Asked me? My dear David, he just tells me I'm going to.
Caveman tactics, eh?
Well, no, not exactly.
But you're afraid it might turn into something like that.
I don't know, David. And the truth of it is, I don't want to hurt him. I like him an awful lot.
But you love Michael Murray.
Yes, I do.
Tell me something, Faith. If it weren't for Murray, if he weren't in the picture...
Oh, but Michael is, David. He's very definitely in the picture of my life.
That isn't what I asked you, my dear.
If it weren't for Michael, you asked if I could care for Niles.
Yes?
I don't know, David. I really don't know. Well, John, we docked early the next morning, and by early afternoon had reached London. Remember, I didn't accept David's invitation to stay with them immediately, so he said goodbye to me at the station, and I was left alone with Niles. Well, Niles drove me to several of the better-known hotels, but there were simply no accommodations to be had. I had a feeling somehow that Niles was laughing at me when he said...
Faith, I know a grand place for a spotted team. I think if we talk to her nicely, the woman who runs the establishment might put you up for a few days. She's been known to take in lodgers.
All right. And, John, almost before I knew it, Niles was ushering me into one of the loveliest gardens I've ever seen. Great trees cast their long, late afternoon shadows on the velvety green lawn which sloped gently down to the Thames. I caught my breath at the beauty of this pastoral scene, and we were not so very far from the heart of London. I looked up at Niles. Now he was laughing at me.
Do you like it?
Oh, Niles, it's heavenly. But surely these people don't take in lodgers.
A little old lady runs it. I think I can persuade the Empress to take you in.
The Empress?
Mm-hmm. That's our pet name for her. Come on, I see her over there.
Where? I don't see anyone.
You will in a minute. Huh? I see a little lace cap. She always wears little lace caps. Come on. Don't make any noise. I'm going to sneak up behind her and put my hands over her eyes. Guess who it is?
Niles. It couldn't be anyone but Niles.
Right as always, Empress.
Oh, come around here and let me look at you.
Yes, Your Majesty. Well, do I pass muster?
When did you get in?
This morning. Arrived in London about 3 hours ago.
And why haven't I seen you before this?
Come here, Faith. This is the reason, Empress.
Well, she's a very beautiful reason. Where'd you meet her?
We crossed together on the Star of Sumatra. Madam Empress, may I present Mrs. Faith Chandler?
How do you do, my dear?
How do you do?
Sit down, Mrs. Chandler. Niles, go in and tell Smith to bring out tea and muffins or toast or whatever you want for the 2 of you. I've had mine.
Righto.
And I told Faith that maybe I could persuade you to put her up here for a few days. We haven't been able to find hotel accommodations for her yet.
Oh, I think it could be arranged.
I thought you'd say that. Make yourself at home, Faith.
You thought I'd say that. You knew very well I would say that. As though anyone could ever refuse Niles anything. Oh, I'm happy he's back home again. Safe and well. He's a fine boy. Like his father, his grandfather.
Oh, you knew his father and his grandfather.
What? Did I know them? I should say I knew them. Didn't Niles tell you about me?
Well, he told me that we were coming here for tea and that sometimes you took in lodgers. But I think I know who you are now. You're his grandmother.
Yes. Oh, that boy.
Smith saw us, and I didn't have to go to the house.
So, you told Mrs. Chandler I took in lodgers.
Of course, Empress. That was the only way I could get her here.
Niles, how could you do this to us? It's embarrassing to meet your grandmother like this.
Don't let it be, my dear. If Niles wants you to stay with us, you stay with us.
I know,
Tut. When you know Niles better, you learn when he wants something, he gets it. No matter how many times you say no, he doesn't hear it. So you might just as well give in and get it over with.
A few minutes ago, you heard how people who follow Dr. Damrow's directions lost an average of 7 pounds a month. Now, I hope you noticed the grape juice used in Dr. Damrow's amazing reducing method was genuine Welch's grape juice. And you know, Welch's has a superbly delicious flavor. Welch's is made from choicest grapes grown in selected vineyards. Table-quality grapes that are fully ripened, with the different vintages scientifically blended to give you uniform deliciousness. Welch's never tastes thin or watery. Is so full-bodied, it still has a glorious richness of flavor if ice or water is added. No wonder an independent survey reveals that Welch's grape juice is 6 times as popular as any other brand. For real economy, for uniform, rich deliciousness, get genuine Welch's grape juice.
Honestly, John, I was never so embarrassed in my life meeting Niles' grandmother that way. But Niles just laughed at me. His grandmother, too. However, I am staying here for a few days, but only until I can find accommodations elsewhere. And so, until next time, dear John, always yours, Faith.
The Welch Grape Juice Company invites you to join Miss Irene Rich and Company next week at this same hour for another chapter of Dear John. Get a copy of Movie Radio Guide magazine next Wednesday from your news dealer for more pictures of lovely Irene Rich. Her announcer is Herb Allen. Do you waste minutes preparing refreshing summer drinks for your guests? Well, here's a delicious, distinctively different thirst quencher you can mix in just 5 seconds. Here's all you do. Into tall glasses containing lots of cracked ice, mix ginger ale and Welch's grape juice, half and half. A deliciously different drink with the tang and sparkle of ginger ale, plus the full-bodied grape flavor of Welch's. A 5-second recipe that's economical and easy to mix, and that's bound to make a big hit with your guests. The Welch Grape Juice Company presents lovely Irene Rich in Dear John.
cute figure Anne used to have?
Yes. And you know, she'd still have a nice figure if she'd lost a few pounds.
Well, why doesn't she do something about it? Why doesn't she stop reducing?
Do people talk that way about you? If so, here's good news. The new Welch way of reducing requires no strict diet lists, no strenuous exercises, no drugs. And yet, intelligent, cooperative people who faithfully followed Dr. Frederick Damrow's instructions lost an average of 7 pounds a month. 7 pounds. Amazing results were sworn to before a notary public. And listen how easy it is to lose weight this proved way. Just mix 3/4 glass of Welch's grape juice with 1/4 glass water and drink before meals and at bedtime. This remarkable action follows. First, you have less desire to eat sweet, fattening foods, thus cutting down caloric intake. Second, the natural dextrose in Welch's is quickly consumed, and by this process actually helps nature consume excess fat. No drugs, no strenuous exercises, and you needn't suffer a hungry moment. So why give your friends any reason to say you're overweight? Start the easy, pleasant, proved Welch way to reduce tomorrow. And now, Book 4, Letter 49, to Dear John.
Dear John, Madame Novak, or as Niles calls his grandmother, the Empress, is one of the most unusual women I've ever had the privilege to meet. She's little, but she rules this family with a rod of iron, all except Niles, and she adores him. Elise Farnsworth, his sister, and her husband, Sir Edward, are charming. They all do everything they can to make me feel at home. And every time I even speak about going to a hotel, they all mobilize with Niles against it. Their home is lovely. I should be grateful. But, John, it's been almost 2 weeks since I arrived in London, and until today we hadn't even found a trace of Connie. Late this afternoon, Madame Novak and I were sitting in the garden discussing the strangeness of the situation, for the earth seemed to have opened up and swallowed Connie completely. I was so discouraged.
You've just got to stop worrying about your sister, my dear. If she's still in London, Niles and Edward will find her.
But it isn't fair that I should bring my troubles to your family. I really should go to a hotel.
Now, we're not going to go into all that again. We all want you to stay here with us. And I, for one, would feel quite disturbed about it if you went to a hotel.
Oh, you're all so kind. But I feel that I'm taking Niles and Sir Edward away from much more important work of their own. In these troubled times when there's so much to be done...
Tut, child. We're all girded for extra work. Between you and me, we'd all gotten too soft where our own comforts were concerned. Too self-centered. Some had too much, others too little. But all that has been changed. Oh, I hope we never go back to our smug way of living.
Oh, you were never smug.
Oh, yes, I was. I was a smug and crotchety old woman. And I didn't get a lick of sense until I passed my 75th birthday.
Oh, I don't believe it.
You see, I'd been brought up to expect everything. My family had money. I married Niles' grandfather, and he had more money. Niles' father married into an even bigger fortune. We were a very smug lot, until Niles' sister, Elise, married a poor man. You know what we did when she married Edward?
No.
We disowned her. He wasn't good enough.
You mean you didn't like Sir Edward when Elise married him?
He wasn't Sir Edward Farnsworth then.
Oh.
He was just a little clerk in one of our embassies. And, of course, no money. And money was the standard by which all men and things were measured. We were so barricaded behind our bank accounts that we couldn't very well see the rest of the world. But all the time, the others were as big as we were. Many of them bigger. You see, my dear, we'd been looking at them through the wrong end of our opera glasses.
What a realist you are.
We have to be, my dear. So don't worry about a little bit of extra doing on Edward's and Niles' account. And if it weren't for your worry and apprehension while the search is on, I rather think they'd enjoy it. All men are detectives at heart. And speaking of detectives, Here comes one of them now.
Hello there.
You're home early, Niles.
Yes, I am. I came home to bring you some good news, Faith.
You found Connie?
No.
Oh.
But I found someone who saw your sister just a few days ago.
Oh, then she's still alive?
Yes.
Oh, but where, Niles? Where did they see her?
Well, in a pretty cheap pub. I think your worst fears will be realized, Faith, when you find her. She's drinking heavily.
Oh.
No one knows where the money's coming from to buy this stuff. She's supposed to be down and out. And every time she feels the need of liquor, she gets it.
Where did you get all this information, Niles?
Well, I had a hunch about that other pub where your friend Larry had seen her the last time he was in London, and today I ran into an old blighter who'd talk. Mm-hmm. After an hour or two of gin and careful questioning, he told me he'd seen a woman who answers your description of Connie very closely. He'd seen her a few days before in another pub, and the old hag barkeep called her Connie.
Then if it is Connie, she must be living somewhere in that awful neighborhood.
That's what Edward and I think. We've a man over there now combing the neighborhood.
Oh, Niles, I've got to find her.
I'm going to find her for you, my dearest.
Of course he is.
Giving you your heart's desire is my life's work from now on, darling.
Is that the way it is, Niles?
Haven't you guessed it?
Certainly I have.
Oh, Niles, please, please. You know it isn't that way at all. I've told you a dozen times. It can't be.
I don't hear you, darling.
And please stop calling me dearest and darling. You give people ideas.
Good. That's what I'm trying to do.
Oh, Madam Novak, what am I going to do with this grandson of yours?
Just what I did with his grandfather and his mother did with his father. Marry him.
But I have a fiancé.
I had one, too, when I met Niles' grandfather.
But I'm going to marry mine.
That's what I thought also. But I married Niles' grandfather.
Oh.
Hello, Niles.
Alex, where did you come from?
I came in by the south gate, saw you out here, and didn't bother having myself announced. How are you feeling today, Madam Novak?
Never felt better in my life, and I wish you'd stop asking me that.
Sorry, guess it's habit with me. Same as Niles is.
Faith, may I introduce Mrs. Alex St. John? Alex, Mrs. Chandler.
How do you do, Mrs. Chandler?
How do you do?
I hear you arrived in London 10 days ago, Niles.
Yes, we did.
We?
Yes. Faith and I crossed together.
How interesting.
Well, it was really a most uneventful trip.
With Niles on the same boat? I can't imagine it.
Well, nevertheless, it was.
Niles, you must be slipping.
I must be, Alex, because for the first time in my life I found I'm in love and she'll have none of me.
What am I supposed to do, weep?
You're supposed to have good manners, Alex. Miss Chandler is our guest.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know I was making Mrs. Chandler uncomfortable. Will you forgive me, Mrs. Chandler? They tell me I have a perverted sense of humor. I must remember not to use it.
Alex, sometimes I don't know whether I like you or not.
Niles is exactly like you in that respect. He's been trying to make up his mind about me for years. Haven't you, Niles? Well, I must be going. I just stopped by to see if it were really true that you were home. I couldn't believe it, you know. It's the first time you've deliberately stayed away from me, and quite naturally, I wanted to find out the reason. So happy to have met you, Mrs. Chandler.
Thank you.
I'll stop by again, Madam Novak, to see how you're feeling. Your arm, Niles. My car's over at the south gate.
Pardon me, Faith. Granny, I'll be right back.
I wouldn't be too sure of that if I were you, Niles.
Oh, but I am, Alex. I'm very sure about it.
I'm sorry, my dear. But Alex was so deliberately nasty. Poor girl. She's been in love with Niles for years.
She doesn't try to disguise it, does she?
Never has. And it's made her do some very crazy things. She married to spite him, and when that didn't do any good, she divorced her husband to get Niles back.
Was Niles in love with her?
Oh, not really. But I suppose she's always thought she could wear him down.
She's beautiful. So slender and tall. I've never seen such gorgeous blonde hair.
Yes. All the beauty a man could possibly desire in one woman. Love is a strange thing. It doesn't always follow beauty alone. It's willful. It doesn't go where you will. It goes where it will. And when it comes to two people, there isn't very much anyone can do about it.
I suppose not.
Faith, forgive an old woman who's grown fond of you. But this Michael Murray, do you really love him?
Yes, I really do.
I see. Poor Niles.
I'm happy to be back in the company of two sensible women again. Now, do I dislike a bad loser?
I'm going to ask you to remember that statement one of these days, Niles.
Why?
Because I think maybe you'll be able to use it.
People who have been drinking Welch's grape juice for 30 or 40 years testify that Welch's always has the same dependably delicious flavor. Here's one reason this is true.
Welch's have developed a scientific method of controlled blending. Juice from one vintage of grapes is blended with other vintages until exactly the right flavor is attained. So the full-bodied, delicious goodness of Welch's never changes.
Yes, and Welch's choose the very finest grapes grown in selected vineyards, picked at their peak of goodness.
So you see, you can depend on Welch's grape juice every time for finer, more delicious flavor. And because no water is added, Welch's is always full strength, never thin or watery. It still tastes delicious even if ice or water is added. Be sure you get genuine Welch's grape juice.
Strange, isn't it, John? How mixed up and involved our lives can become, especially when one tries so hard to keep out of entanglements. I know Alix and John thinks I'm keeping Niles away from her, but I can't go to her and say, "Listen, lady, I don't want him. He's very nice, but I'd appreciate it if you'd take him off my hands." Of course I can't do this, but I'd like to, for I know she's preparing to cause me a lot of trouble. And so, until next time, dear John, always yours, Faith.
The Welch Grape Juice Company invites you to join Miss Irene Rich and Company next week at this same hour for another chapter of Dear John. Get Movie Radio Guide magazine from your news dealer tonight for pictures of Irene Rich at play. Your announcer is Herb Allen. Listen to this recipe for a summertime thirst quencher that'll bring compliments from your guests. A distinctively delicious thirst quencher that's really in a class by itself. Here's how you make it. Mix ginger ale and Welch's grape juice, half and half. That's all. Half ginger ale and half Welch's grape juice. Serve in tall glasses with lots of ice. The sparkling tang of ginger ale, plus the wholesome, full-flavored goodness of Welch's grape juice, gives you an unusual summertime drink that'll make a real hit with guests.